I know when to go out, know when to stay in, get things done. I catch a paper boy, but things don't really change. I'm standing in the wind, but I never wave bye-bye. But I try. There's no sign of life, it's just the power to charm. I'm lying in the rain, but I never wave bye-bye. But I try. Never gonna fall for walks beside me, walks on fire, gets me to the church on time, terrifies me, makes me funny, puts my trust in God and man. No confession, no religion, don't believe in love.
I think that this MST class really all likes each other. I think that they get along well. I think that they're good hard workers. I think that they have definite goals, but they're compassionate, they're kind, they're respectful, they're polite. They're good people, and I think being a good person is probably the best compliment somebody can get.
A lot of different personalities, a lot of different abilities, different insights. I think they brought a lot to Lexington Catholic, so yes, I will miss them.
They were mature for their age, I'll say that. And you could quickly tell who was supposed to be there and who wasn't supposed to be there. And I think the maturity, the sense of humor really stuck out.
There was a student or a group of students who started to leave pebbles and successively larger rocks throughout the school in sort of patterns. Like they build a little pyramid on the water fountain, they'd leave a pattern on the stairs, and the administration was, of course, furious that the mineral menace, as we called them, or the pebble peddler, and there were a few other nicknames. So if I had to guess at who that student was, if it was somebody in the MST group, I'm pinning it on the letter. So we had fun with it, talking about it in class. And one day we had a normal class. I was at the board a few times writing things with my back turned to the group. And at the end of the class, when the bell rings, I go back to get my bag and leave. And as I try to hoist my bag on my shoulder, I noticed it was very heavy. So I set it back down and got out a rock that big. So the mineral menace struck again and left a gigantic rock in my bag. Tons of fun.
Certainly anything that happened between Blueby, that would be Ben Barbary, and Christian Flem was pretty hilarious. Points, we do a lot of points in this class, and it's not easy to gain or lose those points. I usually gain them much more than students do, and Michael DeLetter's lost quite a few points. It's been a good couple of years.
They want the best of everything. They want to succeed, so I see that. Just like in Michaela Reinhardt coming in the mornings, asking questions, being persistent until she gets it. And I see that in a lot of these students.
There are a lot of kids in this class that have taught me to have be a little more optimistic about the future. I think it's nice to hear some fresh ideas, and it's nice to see kids not get crushed emotionally and spiritually by what's going on, in the world. I think that's the big one.
I think it's a group that's just very, just a very positive oriented group. And I found that I have, considering the age difference, I have a lot more in common with a lot of the students in the group than I might have thought. I've had Jack's in my homeroom, and I chat with Jack every single morning about something, usually injuries.
Where do I see Bluebee in the year 2040? Okay, I've got this scenario worked out. He definitely will be hanging out at in a booth in Jeff Ruby's restaurant, wrapped in his Eli Capilouto blanket. And while he's wrapped in that blanket up in Jeff Ruby's restaurant, possibly tweeting, he'll be drawing some internet cartoons, which will more than likely involve Ohms and Admiral Akbars. I'm pretty sure that's what he'll be doing in the future.
Where do I see Will Mullins in the year 2040? I don't think Will's going to make it to the year 2040. I think he's going to... I think Will is going to say something under his breath in some sort of a large group, and somebody's going to hear him, and that's going to be the end of Will. Will's never going to let me live this down, but I was a lot like Will. Will was real quiet, and he said stuff under his breath. I kind of did the same thing when I was in high school.
Michaela Reinhardt will probably be a mother, a wife, a CEO, a community leader, running for mayor, maybe bigger than mayor. She'll probably be doing it all, and that's what I think is neat about Michaela.
Jack says he wants to be a psychologist, and I can definitely see Jack being a psychologist. He says he's really good at basketball and that sort of thing, but he can't solder. Like he can't put like two things together like this. So I don't know how he's that good at basketball. I have no idea. But so he said it doesn't matter because he wants to be a psychologist. But I could see him being a really good psychologist, because even when he asks a question, he just has a way of looking right through you.
Sarah Jewell in 2040 will be shopping on the internet.
I would say if there's one thing that I've gotten out of this year is from hearing about some of the research and stuff that the kids are doing, I know that I do not want to be a gynecologist at any point in my life.
What was it like? What was it like sitting next to Mr. Smith every day? It was like sitting next to, in some aspects, a fourth grader that had just had a big piece of chocolate cake.
He was a big kid, Derek Smith.
He was all over the place.
He talked very fast. You could hear him coming.
But he is one of the coolest guys and one of the smartest dudes I think I've ever met.
And I sat in on a couple of classes, and I had no idea what the heck was going on.
And he wasn't afraid to tell you about his ideas, and he went a mile a minute. The guy never slowed down. He was absolutely terrific. He was, I'm sorry, that's one person that I wish was back. He was really good for us.
Looking at the class list that Christian sent out to me, all of you guys, I remember every single one of you, and enjoyed teaching you guys, and I'm curious to see how your senior year's turning out, how your projects are turning out right now currently, what colleges you're going to, all that good stuff. So if you ever want to, guys, I have a website now. I've bought my own domain name, dsmithscience.com. Email me. My email's in the top right-hand corner of the website. So please keep me posted. I'd love to hear from you guys. I've randomly heard from a couple LC students in the past couple years, and it's been always kind of made my day. So down the road, if you ever want to, shoot me an email, let me know what's going on. I'm a teacher, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, whatever. Give me an update. That's cool stuff to know as a teacher. We don't really get that. We send you guys off out of high school, and a lot of times you don't hear anything again. I know it's different at LC because you guys come back and you visit the high school and stuff, but I'm not there anymore, right? Here in Denver, Colorado, but I definitely would like to hear from you guys, and have a happy, healthy, long life. Take care.
So my students have the opportunity to go to Sky Talks, and Sky Talks are given at the University of Kentucky. I give them as extra credit because I want the students, if they do extra credit for physics, to do something at least pertaining to the field and learn something. And the observatory is named after Dr. Keith McAdam, who was my advisor at the University of Kentucky. After the Sky Talk in, I think it was December, the students came back and said that the person doing it made a comment that Dr. McAdam had passed away. And I got very emotional, and I had students in my room, and Michael DeLetter was sitting taking a test that he had missed. And I made the comment that Dr. McAdam spent time on me. He gave me time. He trusted me. He believed in me, and he was one of the only teachers that gave a crap about me. I got Michael's letters test and graded it later that day, and at the bottom he said, "Mrs. Roberts, I'm very sorry for, you losing your professor. I just want you to know that we give a crap about you."
I think it's always hard to say goodbye, but the one thing I will say, and I hope that all these students do, is come back and let us know how you're doing. Let us know how college is going. Let's hear about what's good and bad happening in your life. You all know where my office is. You all know where your teachers' classrooms are, and I can assure you the people in this building love to see visitors back in the building.
It's going to be different not seeing him in the halls. Ben has been across the hall for all 4 years, so he's always coming over and talking. Seeing Christian, seeing you in the hallway, listening to Jack whine, listening to Will make stupid comments in class. I've only had Will twice. It would be much easier if you just woke up one morning and everybody was gone. I'm not good at that sort of thing. If I had to say goodbye to the class in front of them, I would just say thanks and stop by once in a while. I'm not good at saying goodbye.
Why?
Why what? Oh, okay. Because you can.
The process is 2 words. Terry Harper.
Terry Harper.
Terry Harper.
Terry Harper.
Oh, Terry Harper, for sure.
The process to me is more of a 24/7 grind that never stops. One of the things that you have to deal with the process is nonstop grinding, so you have to embrace the process. Sometimes you get some bumps and scratches, maybe some rashes that appear in your body, but that's all part of the process that I've come to know and love.
It's a grind, as I know my fellow man, Will Mullins, went ahead and used that for me. But it is the grind. I mean, you go out there and do your best. You learn that high school it's just something to be grabbed and take it, and then you put it in your pocket, and that's it. It's a grind.
The process is a 12-step program devised by Terry Harper, sort of instructions on how to complete your mentorship in the most stressful way possible.
It's family. You don't really get to choose your family, but you love them anyways.
This community has kind of affected me, not really as just academics or science or people. It's given me a lot of relationships and like I said earlier, an experience that I probably will never forget.
It makes me happy that I nearly graduated. I will be sad to leave some people behind because I've made some great friends, and there's a great community here at Catholic in general. But I think I'm ready to go on.
If I had to give an analogy to describe the program, it would probably be that of a bunch of clams together in the ocean. You've got these separate beds of clams, and LCHS is more of one big group of a bed of clams. The MST program being its own individual bed of clams, with each student being a clam itself. So that just shows, the community that we have here. We're our own bed of clams, and an even larger bed of clams.
I think I've become more content with myself and a lot happier with who I am and all my friends around me, and having a really good time these last couple months.
I think that hopefully I'm older and wiser. I think that the Exemplar program's helped me with that, coming out of my shell and making more friends.
I would say I've really kind of discovered my passions, and I've met a ton of really good friends, and I've just kind of grown into myself because I've had a great place to grow, and I've really had a good time the past 4 years.
Nothing about me has really changed. I mean, I bring my lunch to school now. I know how to drive now. Started wearing these quarter zips a couple years ago. That's really all you need to know.
What is your fondest memory of the math and science program?
Probably when we were on a field trip freshman year, and Michael DeLetter held my pink backpack while we were hiking because I had never been hiking before and I was out of breath.
Probably when we went to Berea and had all that pizza and I almost got sick on the bus on the way back.
Specifically, the field trip to Alltech on my birthday. We'll have Will tell you about that later.
The first memory that comes to mind is when we went to a field trip to Alltech. This was an MST only field trip. I think it was our freshman or sophomore year, and it just happened to coincide with Ben's birthday that year. So, or I should say that day. So, you have the tradition of birthday spanks. I don't know if you ever heard of that. So throughout the day, we would surprise Ben with a nice birthday spank since it was his birthday. No homo though.
It's kind of scary because we've been here for 4 years, and it's basically what our whole lives have been the past 4 years, and it's hard to think of what the future is going to be like, but I think it's going to be really fun for all of us.
I remember freshman year being terrified, but here I am. Almost done. I'm really excited. And I didn't think I was going to be. Junior year, I didn't even think I wanted to go to college, so here I am. Really excited for college.
Because, you meet these people freshman year, and you don't think that you're going to miss them because it's just high school, but now I'm going to miss them a lot.
I would say we're definitely like a little family within our school because our school is already like a community because we're already kind of small. But this ESB community has really given us a place where there are a lot of people like ourselves, and it's given us a place to grow. So just a really close-knit community within our school.
Why am I feel like a family, and this is a
family.
child. This is a weird uncle.
Okay, yeah, weird uncle, whatever.
Fall is here, hear the yell, back to school, ring the bell, brand new shoes, walking blues, climb the fence, books and pens, I can tell that we are gonna be friends. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Walk with me, Susie Lee, through the park and by the tree. We will rest upon the ground and look at all the bugs we found. Safely walk to school without a sound. Safely walk to school without a sound. Here we are, no one else. We walk to school all by ourselves. There's dirt on our uniforms from chasing all the ants and worms. We clean up and now it's time to learn. We clean up and now it's time to learn. Numbers, letters, learn to spell, nouns and books and show and tell. Playtime we will throw the ball, back to class, through the hall. Teacher marks our height against the wall. Teacher marks our height against the wall. We don't notice any time pass. We don't notice anything. We sit side by side in every class. Teacher thinks that I sound funny, but she likes the way you sing. Tonight I'll dream while I'm in bed, when silly thoughts go through my head about the bugs and alphabet. And when I wake tomorrow, I'll bet that you and I will walk together again. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Yes, I can tell that we are gonna be friends.
If I had handpicked students for my last year, I couldn't do better than this.
Aww.
You guys were the best. This is the best class. Don't tell the others I said that. Really pleased with me, and I don't give a damn if you get a 1 or not. Okay? You guys have been a pleasure. You have been a pleasure. So, it makes me sad to see my favorite students going out the door. And that's all I got. I'm going to tear up. Okay.